Good evening, folks. How you doing? It is Middle-Aged Gamer Guy, and yes, I pressed the right thing this time this week. How you doing? Welcome to the show. I'm also known as Mags. This is Tuesday Night Gaming Chat, where we talk about the latest game news and reviews from the last 7 days or so. Let's say hello to people that are in chat. We are broadcasting to Twitch and YouTube this evening. Hello to Kindred, who was the first one here. I think he was here a good half an hour early. Good to see you. Retro Shazza, hello, over on YouTube. Great to see you. Flame, good evening. Dankers, over on YouTube, evening all here in YouTube chat and on Twitch. There you go. Dane, how we doing? How we doing? Our guest tonight was saying, I was told there's Iron Brew here. Not yet, but we'll see. Dane says, I had an Iron Brew earlier and also yesterday, like the true Scotsman I am. There you go. Welcome on in. Iquel, good evening. Good to see you. He's over on YouTube and Twitch this evening, watching on both. Greatly appreciate it. How is everyone? How is everyone's Tuesday going? We've got a couple of things that I'm going to mention. Blue Knight Slime, hello. It was great to see you on Sunday at the show in Lichfield, mate. Great to see you. Managed to get him his lurk at work cap, which is fantastic. So he's finally got that. So it's awesome. Great to see you, buddy. Glad you enjoyed the show. A couple of things, folks. My gaming streams, not this one in particular, but I'm going to mention it anyway. Tomorrow and next Monday are sponsored by AMD Ryzen. So if you want to find out more, you can do !AMD. We've been sponsored by them. Got a big deal going on with them right now. There's a link. You can check out all the amazing stuff that they're doing with scan computers. There's loads of stuff out there. If you're looking to get a brand new gaming PC, that is the place to go. Go check them out. So you can do !AMD in there. But tonight, for one night only, and this is the first time we've done this, we are actually sponsored by Ubisoft, and in particular, Star Wars Outlaws, because we are celebrating the 1-year anniversary of Star Wars Outlaws, and it's also come out on Switch 2 for the first time. So we're going to be talking about that game a little bit later on. And one of you, either in the YouTube or the Twitch chat, is going to win a copy of basically Star Wars Outlaws, the gold edition. So it includes all the DLCs for the Switch 2. And we're giving that away. We're giving that away. Kindred, I'm going to ignore that comment because you're going to fuck my sponsorship deal. Scanner, absolutely awesome. Got many on upgrade from over the years. Top class. Thank you, Dane. Appreciate that, mate. There you go. He says, after 8 months, I finally got the cap. Yes, you did. There you go. That's more like it. Thank you, Kindred. Yeah, you Scan. No one told me to say that whatsoever. No, not at all. Appreciate that. He's wearing his cap right now as well. That's awesome. Now, obviously, I can't do the show by myself. We'll tell you a little bit more about Star Wars Outlaws. But we've got the co-host who knows the most. It's the one. It's the only. It's Mr. David Jones. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, mate. How you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm not bad, thank you.
Good, good, good. What have you been playing this week?
I've pretty much been concentrating on Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, and I've finished that off over the weekend.
Nice.
Thoroughly enjoyed my playthrough. Still can't remember what stopped me playing it all those years ago on its original PS2 releases, because I never finished it. I never got that far into it back then, but picked up this version. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Quite a lot of sitting around waiting for it to get past its cutscenes where you can play certain sections. And I'm pretty sure that when I actually finished playing the game, it was still half an hour until I'd finished, watching all the cutscenes till the game properly ended.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it just seems to be the way with the Kojima stuff. Lots of fucking cutscenes, lots of sitting around. But yeah, on the whole, enjoyed it. Yeah. Had a couple of boss fights that were initially a bit fiddly, but once I sort of got the feel for them, worked out what I need to do. Actually, they weren't too bad at all.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. It's worth playing. I know.
Dave Johnson, I'd say carry on playing it, mate. Very good.
I will try and finish it because I have promised that Dave Johnson's going to get this copy that I was sent because bless him, he's going to be off for a couple of weeks
for it, is he?
with his foot surgery, so he wants to play this. So I will get that sorted.
Excuse to play it.
Kojima and his antics, indeed.
He likes a lengthy cutscene, that man. Yeah,
but we won't give any spoilers. Don't worry, Mr. Johnson. We're not going to give you any spoilers. You're absolutely fine. Do not worry. You're absolutely fine there. But welcoming everyone who's in the chat. Tell Dave I threatened him. I think he saw because I put it on screen.
I can see the chat.
Yeah.
Right.
Did he get his foot stuck in a bucket?
Oi.
I don't know. Did he? I don't know actually how he injured his foot, but he's had to have surgery anyway. I've played a couple of things. I carried on playing the new Shinobi, which I'm thoroughly enjoying. I'm really liking. And at the moment, even though it is very sort of Metroid-esque, I was worried that it was going to be too Metroidvania-ish, but it's not.
Mhm.
And I think the way they've set it up that you can bounce back to places very easily, it's even more easy in the respect than say something like Prince of Persia and the Lost Crown, where you had to go somewhere and go quite a few jumps to get to the bit that you've just got the ability for. This makes it quite easier, but I am really enjoying it. And it's difficult to tell what I'm going to prefer, either that or Ragebound, the Ninja Gaiden one, because they're so level on like how good they both are. So I've been playing that. And then I did start playing last night, and we will talk about this tonight, the new Indiana Jones DLC. And I'll be honest, I'm going to say this now before we do the review. People noticed this when I was doing the stream last night. I was not enjoying it. Like the first hour, it didn't feel like the main game that I love and adored.
Okay.
But we got past a certain part, and then it was kind of like felt a lot better. And then I've played more this evening, and I've got through quite some big puzzles. There was one puzzle in I absolutely hated, and I had to get people from the chat and that to help me with. And I've done 2 other puzzles, and one of the puzzles I did without looking at a guide totally. So I was kind of going, okay, this is feeling more like the game I love. So I think it has a bit of a rough start, but I'm persevering with it, and I'm quite enjoying it now. So I just think there's certain things in it. It's a bit weird. I'll explain.
Yeah, we'll talk about it for later.
But yeah, generally that's what I've had. I've had very limited time to play games, but when I have had a bit of time, that's what I've been playing. So there you go. Kindred says I may get the indie DLC when the price drops. Yeah, it's currently 18 quid, but you can get 16 quid on Game Pass because you get like £2 discount. But I don't know what it is on PlayStation or PC. But
it's probably something similar. But I have seen it cheaper on was it CD keys?
Yeah, you can probably get it cheaper elsewhere already.
That's the Steam version.
Yeah. I'll let people know my final thoughts when I complete it, because it's about a 4 or 5 hour thing, and I'll let you know whether it's worth 16, 18 quid or not, or whether you should wait for sales, but we'll see. Arcos says Shinobi is awesome. I've only got the final boss to do. Possibly my game of the year so far. Damn. Okay. I know I'm certainly enjoying it. As with 90% of society, Blue Knight says, I've been playing Silksong. Well, we're going to be talking about that as well tonight. But before we get into all the games and everything, let us know what you have been playing in chat by all means. Let us know. Or what you're looking forward to. Let's bring in our guest this evening. This wonderful gentleman is actually just getting himself ready for you. Getting himself ready. Just I can see now. Just go, yeah. It's all good. Make sure it's all. He pops in our channel every so often. He's a Twitch streamer. We're going to drop his link in. You can go follow him. He's also known to the wider community for people like Ashens and Mr. Oddtrots and other people. You can see him around there. But he's a great streamer. He's a massive fan of Borderlands, and we can certainly talk about that in a minute. Please give it up for the one and only Mr. ArkhamFan.
Must look pretty. Must look pretty. Get the telescope from Dave. Oh, hi. How are we?
Evening.
Evening. How are you
doing? I'm good. Don't you boo me, Dave, just because I've got your telescope.
Yeah.
Rude.
He's like, down with Jake. Wow.
Rude.
Do you want me to call? Would you prefer me to call you Jake, or would you call you Arkham? Because I forgot to ask that.
Either or, really.
Arkham, either or. Oh, Max Stream says, "Oh my God, it's Jake."
Oh my God, it's a Mac.
Yes. UK Zoidberg. Hello. Zoidberg, how you doing? I got the Indie Lux upgrade for 15 quid. Nice. It's worth it. Kindred says, High on Life 1 nearly finished in time, ready for High on Life 2 to be released. But there you go. He says, I thought the placement for the Indie DLC was odd given the secret ending to Indie. True. But I don't think it affects it. But I'll do that. Dane says, do love a bit of Arkham. There you go. And Dave, no, I'm not calling my guest that. No.
Always there with a kind word, isn't he?
Yeah, I know. But saying that, he did put your channel on there. So you're Jay, you're a Twitch streamer.
Nicest things.
I know. It's great, isn't it? Oh, He builds you up to then knock you down. That's kind of what.
I usually have that effect on people, so it's all good. It's all good.
So, boo, hiss. He's like a pantomime villain. Good evening, Sophie. How are you doing, lovely? How are you doing? Good to see you. Down with Jake.
Down with Dave. Dave Smell.
Yeah, Dave Smell. There you go. Not this Dave, obviously.
Not
you. I had a shower earlier.
You're Dave in chat is Smell.
He's like, I will not behave. It's always good to see me, says Sophie. She's not bragging whatsoever. It's actually the truth. No fun in behaving. I mean, there's that as well, Dane. I'll tell you that. So, for anyone who isn't familiar with your channel, tell us a little bit more about what you do, what you stream. Give us an idea.
I'm a variety streamer. I always do that.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's force of habit.
Oh, right.
I do all kinds of stuff. Do retro gaming. I do modern. I do VR. I do music streams on occasion. I do retro TV. It's just the main stuff of my channel that I do the Arkham games. You wouldn't believe with me being called ArkhamFan, I play Arkham games. It's barely noticeable. Barely noticeable. But I do all kinds of stuff. There's games that I need to go back to that I don't go back to because I forget because tis the norm, innit? But that's all I can really say. I also wear headphones as well. Cheers for reminding me, Mac. Cheers, mate.
Yeah. There you go. That's a thing that's now been put out there.
Yeah.
I was going to say, so there's two things you wanted to talk about, and one of them you kind of chatted to me at very briefly at Timeless.
Yeah.
Well, because you're wearing one of your Timeless prizes, because you're wearing the Doom limited edition Doom t-shirt we were giving away, which is cool.
Oh, it's so awesome. Comfy.
It's good, isn't it? They're good t-shirts, so I love them. But yeah, one of them, obviously, we talked about on the show a couple of weeks ago, was the House of the Dead 2 remake and how it was so underwhelming, and people were wondering if the House of the Dead 2 console was going to be, or I say Arcade Machine was going to be at Timeless, which, as far as I know, it wasn't.
I couldn't see anything. I saw Dead Storm Pirates and Halo and everything. I couldn't see House of the Dead, but it's all right. It's all good.
Yeah. Did you end up getting it in the end?
When it got to midnight and the day of release, I instantly got it. I played it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I know it got reviewed heavily, badly on Steam.
Yeah.
I ain't fussed about that. At the end of the day, I've had a soft spot for House of the Dead for years. See it going down Skegness and Ingermells and stuff, seeing the House of the Dead 1 arcade cabinet, going past it, not wanting to play it, but then sticking your quid in and then playing it. It's brilliant. The remakes for me, I think in a way it's kind of like a fan service. So I get why some people will review it negatively and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not fussed about the bad reviews on it. Is I've had a good experience with it. It's what you make of it really at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. And this is the thing. This is what this show's about. We don't actually review, for anyone who's not seen the show before, we don't actually review the games on the show tonight. And we'll explain how that works. Because the thing is, I could give an honest opinion about it, but someone else is going to say completely something different about it. So something that I might hate, they may love, and something that I love, they may hate.
It's a guaranteed thing in life, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's going to be things that you like that people are going to hate, and there's people that other people will like that you won't like. It's guaranteed things, and in games, films, TV, and any sort of culture, really.
Blue Knight says, "Stick your quid in" could be taken very differently out of context.
Oh, it's fine. You'll get some more zingers tonight, I'm sure.
Hey, look, this channel's notorious for its innuendo, so that's just the icing on the
huge mood. It's
the tip of the iceberg.
Huge mood.
Now, another game you're very excited for, and we're going to talk about on next week's show, because obviously it comes out at the end of this week, and I'm excited for this. I know Dave's not, but I actually think this is going to be all right. I'm praying that this is going to be all right, but it's Borderlands 4.
Yeah.
So you're really excited for Borderlands 4. You're going to say how excited you are because you had a bit of an extravagant purchase, didn't you?
Of £120.
Yeah.
Super deluxe edition. But yeah, I again, it's another game I have a game series I have a soft spot for. Borderlands, I love so much. I play religiously the third one. I've been playing it off stream and just in my own time up to the run of Borderlands 4. And like the fact that it comes at the end of this week, I am just super stoked for.
Yeah, it looks. I genuinely believe it's funny because we did the top 50 at the start of the year. We did the top 50 games to look out for, and it's not ranked by me. Again, it's not ranked by me. It's ranked by how many websites are stating what's in their like top 10 lists and what they're most excited for. And even I was kind of surprised that Borderlands was number 1 out of the 50. And I think when we did the show and we unveiled the number 1, loads of people were sitting in the chat going, "Really?" It's like, and I get it. I can imagine it being in the top 10, but I was quite surprised. But I think if they've honestly, see, I've not played the third one, and apparently the third one got quite a lot of criticism. But I played all the others. But I don't know why. I was very excited to play the third one. I just never got round to it. I think it's sitting on a hard drive somewhere to play. But it's one of those things that I actually think they've corrected the things that the fans weren't that keen on.
Yeah,
and I think they'll do a good job. Now next week I could be eating my own words here. We'll see. But I honestly believe it could be really good. But then it could go the way of something like Assassin's Creed Shadows, where it turns out it's actually a really good game, but then just no one cared for it and it just didn't do well.
Yeah.
I don't really want that to happen to another game because I really enjoyed Assassin's Creed Shadows, but no one talks about it. It's like old news, February.
Like, I've not had any issues with like the third Borderlands game. Like it's got one of my all-time favorite DLCs, where the fact that it's Lovecraft meets a marriage. At the end of the day, I like the Lovecraftian kind of stuff. Like I love it. I don't even know how to say it. I just love it. Like the DLCs for it, I thought was good. Like the characters, I enjoyed the environments, just everything about it. I really enjoyed. But like again, on the other side of the coin, I can see why people have been criticized.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see what happens when we talk about Borderlands 4 on next week's show.
It's good.
And I am going to be covering it. I'm doing a stream of it on the 24th of this month because there's so many games I've got to try and cram in. And there's a number of games we're talking about tonight, which are going to be streamed before we do Borderlands 4. So we'll see. And there's some games that we're talking about tonight that I might not even fit in until October. So I keep getting sent games and I'm like, fucking hell. How
give me time to play them.
I know, it's so annoying.
Too many games, not enough time.
Too many games and not enough time. Not enough time.
You have to start streaming 24/7.
Yeah, and that
no sleep for you.
Yeah, constant caffeine on speed dial on tap.
I know. I just have to start. It gets to a point. I have turned games down because I can't fit them into the schedule. But then there's some that I just get chucked, and I'm like, oh god. But then I did get sent one this week, which isn't even due out to October. And I was like, well, that's handy because I wanted to cover that. So at least I know I've got that. So there you go. Real answer is to clone me, apparently. There you go. Icarl says, I'm looking forward to the magic trick on a USB stick DLC. Tom Thumb, hello. He says, evening, Mags and Crew. How are you, Tom? Good to see you. Was it? Did you do the post on Insta today, Tom? If my memory serves correct. I've seen a lot of stuff on social media, so my brain's club, but if you did, thank you for that because I quite enjoyed watching that back. And if it wasn't you, my apologies, but I think it was you. Good, thanks. Yes, that was me. It was you. I thought it was, and I commented. Got it on it. He blessed him. Tom got footage of me dancing really badly with MZ and everyone on the stage at Timeless.
I bet you're a good dancer, Mags. I bet you're I bet you pull some mad shapes.
Well, I can certainly pull the mad shapes, but whether it's classed as good dancing is another thing. There you go. Like Dave and his famous hefty backlog, says Dave. Mag turns me down. That is not true, Soph. But yeah, thank you for posting that, Tom. I greatly appreciate it. It was good to see that. There you go. I turn down free games all the time. I just don't have the time to cover them. Yeah, I get it. Apparently, I'm not a good dancer. It's been confirmed there. 1 Mag to play games and stream. 1 Mag to plan Timeless. 1 Mag to do the tours. That'd be nice. If you clone me, that'd work. That'll do all right. There you go. Anyway, should we crack on with our show?
Yeah, let's get to it, mate.
Only difference is to hair colour to tell them apart. True. All right, let's go. Folks, this is our 233rd show. This evening, we have 8 new games, including the one that everyone's been waiting for, Hollow Knight Silksong. We've also got the Indiana Jones DLC. as mentioned, because we are sponsored by Ubisoft tonight, Star Wars Outlaws on Switch 2. And we've got Hell Is Us, which was also in our top 50 games to look out for the year. And Cronos, the new Dawn, the new horror sci-fi game from the people that brought us Layers of Fear. And obviously the Silent Hill 2 remake. So we got some corkers tonight, plus all the latest gaming news. And one of you lucky people, either on YouTube or Twitch, is going to win a copy of Star Wars Outlaws on Switch 2. But let's crack on with our first game. This is a game that I have been sent, and I have no idea where I'm going to fit it in. So maybe we'll cover this in October, courtesy of our friends over at Deep Silver. This came out last Tuesday on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X, and he's giving me Doom 2016 mixed with Ghost Runner vibes. This is Metal Eden.
Establishing connection. Core Ripper active. Hyper unit is mission go. Give him hell, Hyper.
Sorry about the neighbors. There's always trouble with them. Hyper unit in the flesh. Nexus was not lying about you. You are built on a phantom core. That makes you basically immortal. You, my dear. Science, I have a proposition for you.
There you go, folks. So that is Metal Eden, which came out last Tuesday. This ticks the boxes for me because this is my kind of game. And I didn't really know much about this until literally probably about 4 weeks ago when obviously Deep Silver were like, right, chances are we're going to send you another game, blah, 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 blah. Have a look at the trailers, da, 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 da. Are you interested, yes or no? And I was like, yeah, but I didn't realize it was coming out so soon. And now here it is. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one.
Yeah, well, I mean, I thought you as well. And I looked at the sort of comparisons people were making for this one because a lot of people sort of mentioning like Doom Eternal and Ghost Runner as good comparisons.
Yeah.
And I know you've enjoyed both of those ones.
Yeah,
and I wasn't much of a fan of Doom Eternal in the end. I can't say I've tried the Ghost Runner games, but looking at this one does look pretty decent. Does look like a nice fast-paced FPS. I think it's about a 5-ish hour campaign, so they say. So it's not going to overstay its welcome.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a decent sort of sci-fi heavy action game, I think this is looking pretty decent. Sort of general gist of this one is I think humanity has left Earth, uploaded their consciousness to like some digital storage, and that was being looked after by some AI, but the AI has gone rogue. Just can't trust AI. And so you're playing like a cyborg who's now trying to take out the AI. So, go and beat up Copilot, Gemini, whatever they've called all the other ones.
Yeah.
Skynet.
Save the day. Yeah, that's it. Take out all the classics. But yeah, it just looks pretty decent, I think. Yeah.
No, it looks fun.
I didn't like Doom Eternal that much. I'd consider giving this a go.
Yeah. Okay. Jake, your thoughts on this? Do you like the look of this?
I do like the look of it. It does look like Ghost Runner and Doom like 2016. The one thing that I thoroughly enjoyed in the trailer is where they go into like the gyrosphere type thing. It's kind of like Samus in Metroid using immortal ability, which I do enjoy. But yeah, it does look really fun. I'd happily get that and play it.
Yeah, Tom said the same thing. He was like, as soon as it changed into the car thing, he was like, yeah, I quite like the look of that. But yeah, that's a good comparison. Metroid, yeah, never thought of that. That's a very good comparison. So let's see now, folks, for those who've just tuned in, we technically don't review the games, but I scour the internet and find all the different reviews and we turn them into an average score. Now, you may agree with it, you may not, but if you guess it right, you will get a shout out for your channel. If you're on Twitch and if you're on YouTube, we'll try and find a way of pinning your message to the top of the YouTube thing. Iquel, I've given you giving you moderator access, by the way, on YouTube as well. So you're all good because I know you're in the chat there as well. Sophie says, Mag lies. He picks his own scores. I wish I could because there'll be some games that would automatically. So let's see what we've got. So Dank is saying a 7. UKGN is saying, I really like it, but I can't see the reviews being higher than 7.5. Tom's saying a 7.6, so I'm going to knock you down to a 0.5 because I can only do halves of whole numbers because it really screws up the system otherwise. So I'll call that a 7.5 for Tom. Dane, 7.5 as well. Flame coming in with a 7. And there you go. No worries, iQuail. Dave, we'll start with you on this one. What do you reckon?
I'll try 7.5.
Go for a 7.5. Blue Knight Simon says probably a 7. iQual says, I like the look of this. This is going to be an 8. Retro Shazar, 7.5 over on the YouTube. And Sophie being Sophie, 3.14. Thank you, Sophie.
Bless her.
Jake, what do you reckon this got?
Just by the look of the trailer, I'm going to have to agree with iQuail. I'm going to say an 8.
Okay. All right. Folks, if you haven't put your scores in the chat, I ran that down to a 3 for Sophie then. This is Messel Eden. Came out last Tuesday on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. And she says, I purposely go low so I don't get it right. That's absolutely fine because she doesn't want to have a shout out. I will say, though, it did get shouted out earlier. iQuell is our community member of the month. He got shouted in the chat, and I'm sure he'll get other shout outs later. Congratulations on him being our community member of the month. But I can tell you this got, and this makes me want to play it slightly more, a very solid 7.5 out of 10.
Nice.
So there you go. There you go. And it is true. iQuell likes onions. Yeah. So Dave says 7.5 after we put it up. But considering he's off and he's not well, I'm actually going to give him that. I'm going to give him that one because I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be nice. But there you go. Well done to Retro Shazar. We will pin your iQual. If you can pin Retro Shazar's score to the top of the chat for 30 seconds, that would be cool. Over on YouTube because she got it right. Sorry, I should say they got it right. Dave, 7.5. And Dane got it right. Tom got it right. UKGN got it right as well. I should say Brian, really. It's easy for me to say. Brian's going to be on the show in a couple of weeks as well, which is really cool. And I think that was everyone. So that's really cool. So there you go. And of course, Dave got it right. So obviously, we can't give Dave a shout out because he doesn't stream or do anything. This is only his only form of public appearance. So how would you like? Wow. Oh no, that wasn't geared to you. That was
hopefully not.
Dave. I was a bit like, wow, that's harsh.
Dave,
and he's like, oh no,
I haven't
not
said
that
anything
Dave.
nasty to her.
Yeah, I know. I was like, flipping hell. But no, that was wrong, Dave. How would you like your shout out, Dave?
What do you set off some spinning on the chair, mate?
Spinning on the chair, right. Making sure it's clear. Here we go, folks. Don't forget, exclamation Dave in chat. Show your appreciation to Davey boy. And here we go. Dave is 1 for 1 as we kick off our first of our games. There you go. The number of people as well are 1 for 1, which is good. It's got off to a good start. He's like it with a £50 note slipped in the back pocket. There you go. Dave on YouTube. There you go. Not OG Dave. He's great. There you go. There you go. Right. Moving on to our next game now. This is the game that everybody's been, well, maybe not everybody, but the majority of the planet has been waiting for. So much so that we're going to talk about how they basically crashed the internet after this game got released. But this is one that people have been holding on and holding on and holding on and saying, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And then at Gamescom, they went, it's out in 2 weeks. Folks, this came out last Thursday on PS4, 5, Xbox Series, X, S1, Switch 2, PC, Mac, and Linux. All of them. It's out on all of them, believe it or not. And this is Hollow Knight Silksong. Let's have a look at the trailer for this. some people are not even sure whether this game actually exists, and everyone's just been dreaming it. But it's happened and it's landed. After a number of years waiting for a sequel, it's finally here. Dane says the music is fire in that trailer. See, Sophie says no, still looks shit. Dave, tell us what this is all about then.
Yeah, this is finally the follow-up to the original Hollow Knight. All these years later, what was originally just meant to be a DLC for the original game, spun out into its own standalone thing, and it's taken, I think, 6-7 years of development time to come out. And of course, people have been eagerly anticipating it. I think you've had loads of people doing stuff on YouTube or the social media things for it, and all the hype build up over the years. You have to wonder what they're going to do now that it's out, and they can't carry on doing that. But well, at least for now they can play the game, and it's meant to be pretty good from what I've been hearing. It's another Metroidvania, so it's same as the previous game in that regard, but you're playing a different character. This one's called Hornet, and she's been kidnapped and taken to this kingdom that's under some sort of curse, and you've got to escape by ascending to the highest sort of peak in the kingdom and defeating the boss up there to lift the curse and free the kingdom. It looks like it's meant to be pretty challenging as well. I've seen a few things where people are complaining about the difficulty in it, but I think Team Cherry who make it do listen quite a lot to feedback, and I think there's a patch coming that's like tweaking the difficulty of some of the initial bosses that come up. So some people might find it not quite as bad, and maybe wait a week or two for these patches to drop. But yeah, it looks pretty decent. I think if you have been on the hype train for this for a long time, hopefully it will live up to the hype for you. I think it is for a lot of people, but of course sometimes these things can get overhyped.
Yeah,
and it might not meet all your lofty expectations, but it is still meant to be a pretty solid game.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of like Sophie. I'm not that fussed about it either because I've never played the original. I had no hype for this at all.
I'm the same. I'm looking forward to playing this because I'm streaming this tomorrow, folks. I'm streaming this tomorrow. But I know everyone was going crazy over it. But again, I've not played the first one. I know Kindred said he's only just started playing the first one. I know even we had on the show a couple of months ago, was at Timeless, Ash Millman has been doing a playthrough of the first one because she's very hyped for the new one. But I'm kind of like, I'll just play it and give it a whirl. I'm not like, oh, I got to go get this. But I'm going to give it a fair shout because if this is as mad as it's supposed to be, this is potentially the game of the year. Allegedly, we'll have to see. So yeah. Sophie's like, woo, yeah. Me and Dave are on the same page. What about you, Arkham? You like really excited for this?
I've not played a great deal of the first Hollow Knight. I mean, I do enjoy my Metroidvanias and such. Yeah. But I need to play a little bit more of Hollow Knight to sort of because I think I played like the first 10 minutes of the game, and it's something I do need to get back to. But from what I can see from the trailer, it does look good. I can see the hype behind it, and I'm eager to see what it's like. But it's something I wouldn't just instantly rush out to get.
It is on Game Pass as well, folks, by the way. That's something they literally put it on every format you could think of, which is great. And I know Dank has got a Linux, so I don't know whether he'll be playing on that, but you can get this on Game Pass, which I think is cool. So, folks, let's have a look at the scores. Dank has said, as much as I want to say it's a 10, I know some reviewers out there will break the trend, so 9.5. Tom put a 9.8. I'm going to round you up to 10. It's halves or whole numbers, Tom. So if you want a 10, I'll put you to 10. But if you want a 9.5, can you re-put it in the chat, please? Oh, he did put 9.5 then. Sorry, I missed that. So there you go. That answers that question. Dane, 9.5. Retro Shazar, 7. Max Streams, 8.5. Oh, things are going lower now. Flame, 8. Dave says 0.5. Yeah, I saw that, Safe. It's all right. I was just scrolling down. Silksong might currently be tied for my personal game of the year with 100 Line, which released back in April. It's okay. My bad. No, it's okay. It's okay. Just so you know. Amanda, good evening. How are you doing? I know you were rating Dave. You gave Dave a 0.5. I'm sure he really appreciated that. Kindred says 9.5. The game, 8.5. Jake, I'll start with you on this one. What do you reckon this got?
I reckon it's going to be a 9.
Okay.
Just from like the hype of like Hollow Knight itself.
Yeah. Okay. Go for a 9. Blue Knight says 9.5. iQuell says, this seems to be everywhere, 9.5. Amanda says, I'm doing all right. Hope you're very well. We're doing very well. Thank you, Amanda. Mwah. Sending our love. Silksong can officially be finished under 2 hours. So it's, if you like, probably know what you're doing and crack on with it. If it's me, it's probably going to take 20. Dave, what say you on this one?
I'm going to go for a 9.5.
Going for a 9.5 as well. Okay. All right. Last chance, folks. This is Hollow Knight Silksong, which came out last Thursday on PS4, 5, Xbox Series X, S1, Switch, Switch 2, PC, Mac, Linux, and it's also on Game Pass. Jesus. I'm saying it's not a high, as people think it is, because apparently it's too hard. Yeah, well, we were saying that, and they're going to adjust the bosses for it. So I'm going to tell you this now, because I'm going to close the voting in a second. A lot of the reviews have already come in for this, but there are a lot of reviews that are still pending. So this could be one of these titles that we find that the score does change next week, like a week on. Because I know IGN haven't put their review out. I know GameSpot haven't put the review out. I think Eurogamer's still got one work in progress, but other outlets have got it. So for now, taking what the reviews that I've got, whether people have actually done the reviews, this gets an average of, wait for it, 10.
Nice.
Now, what I'm saying is some of the bigger outlets have not put their reviews out. That score could change by next week. It might not, but it got an average of a 10. And we've only had about, like, in nearly 5 years of this show. I don't go by user reviews, though, Sophie. That's a completely different thing on Steam. And we'll talk about that in a minute, because that's one of the news stories. And I don't think it was right to review Bomb It because of what happened, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I went 9.5 because of the difficulty complaints myself. That's a good shout. And that might come across. So that might come across out later. But there you go. But as it stands, from all the reviews that I've read and everything, there was way more 10 out of 10s than anything else. And there was literally only a few 9s and 9.5s. So that's how good we're looking at this for now. So there you go. As I say, you may agree with it, you may not. Doesn't matter. But did anyone actually go for a 10? I think people were too scared to go for a 10. And it's not often we get 10s. I know, was it Elden Ring got a 10 on this show?
I think you're probably right.
Yeah, and I know Octopath Traveler got one. And Disco Elysium, I believe. I think those might be the ones that got 10s. I can't remember anything else off the top of my head. They're rare as rocking all shit, I'll be honest. You don't have to go. I don't think anyone got that right, so no one gets any shout-outs. I think we expected Move All reviews to be in, so may get lower than 10. I think that might be the case, though, and that's why I'm saying, just so you know, I will mention it like next week. I'll work out an average next week, and we'll see if it's changed or not. It'll be interesting to see. We have seen that with other games as well. So, no one gets any shout-outs, but we are going to talk a bit more Silksong later on. But what we are going to talk about is the fact that it has been announced by Paramount that they are working on the first official live-action Call of Duty movie. It's becoming a thing. Now, it is going to start it's in development, so it's not in production. But this is not to be confused with the film that allegedly was going to be start to film off, which was mentioned in 2019, which was a project that was going to be held by some other people, but then it all fell through because it went silent. So this is going to be the first one to officially kind of kick off. Now, at the moment, there are no details about the plot. There's no details about the cast, and we don't know who's going to direct it. So it's literally thin on the ground. However, Paramount have said they want to take as much care with this project as they did with the recent Top Gun film from 2 years ago, because that was a huge success everywhere. I have to say, I thoroughly enjoyed that film. I didn't think it was going to be much and a bit of a rehash. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Not gonna lie. Thought it was very good. They want to take the same care and attention. So my question is, for the chat and everyone else, is if you take a franchise like Call of Duty, right? There's been so many different eras and different things, because you've got Black Ops and you've got like the Infinite War and then you've got the World War stuff. Where are they going to set this? Because there's so many different things they could use. They got they did the Cold War as well and all this other stuff. So they've practically done nearly all the eras. So how on earth is this going to work?
I would have thought they'd probably stick with a modern warfare type setting, because I think those are the more popular ones of the games, aren't they? I mean, Infinite War, the sci-fi one wasn't that. Yeah, that sci-fi one wasn't that well liked, was it? I don't think it was a bad game. Just fans didn't really like it.
There's like with the Call of Duty stuff, like there's so much they can do with it. Like what you've just said, like what sort of era they're going to do. They've done the Cold War, they've done futuristic, they've done World War II, they've done like 60s up to the 90s, everything like that. There's so much things that they can do. I think, like, I agree with you there. I reckon they're going to do all the modern warfare stuff, because it seems like a popular sort of, when the modern warfare games came out, it seems like they were the most popular ones.
So that's the thing. Are they going to see that probably is the smartest way, and they've probably got, as you said, got some of the better stories lines, really, haven't they? Those 3 games, mind you, some people weren't too keen on the third remake one, which came out a couple of years ago. But we can see. Anybody else got any suggestions? Let me know in the chat. iQual, all you need to do is press the 3 little buttons by the name, and it pins. You'll be able to pin their thing, or it'll say replace pin message. I've also dropped Brian's YouTube channel in the YouTube, and tell you what, because he got it right, and he got it right over on YouTube, I'm going to chuck that link in there as well for a shout out, because he said 10. So there you go. There you go, Brian. We've not missed you out, mate. We'll look after you. I just don't see what a COD movie is going to bring, as it's a war movie or special ops movie, and we already have loads of them. I kind of agree with you on that.
But it'll have the Call of Duty name on the poster. People know what that is.
Yeah.
just brand recognition, really. But you're right. Just be a war film. Lots of guns, lots of explosions, big action set pieces.
Like
as long as they put a decent bit of care into it, like they say they're gonna, and not just like release it as a bit of content, like some of the shitty action movies I've seen on like Netflix or Amazon. Yeah. Then it's got some chance of being all right.
I genuinely reckon if they were to make like a Call of Duty movie, they'd sort of loosely base it around a storyline from like the Modern Warfare games, but make it their own. Yeah. But I'd like to see some references to other game modes on it. So like zombies, for prime example, like they've been sort of like a staple from like Black Ops, from World War up till the recent Black Ops 6. Like, so it'd be nice to see them chuck a reference in for that, or maybe like, I doubt they will, because like, how would they do it? But like Warzone sort of thing. But that again could be part of like the film itself. So they could like, it'd just be interesting to see if they add any other references from the game modes that they have on the Call of Duty franchise within the film itself.
Yeah, it's I was going to see how they use it, because there's been lots of iconic characters in certain games, but I guess I don't know. Until we get information, it's a tough one. But I just my concern is Paramount have done some great stuff, but you also have to remember that they did that absolute turd of a Halo show.
I try to forget about that.
So people are a bit worried because they have
never talk about Halo.
Yeah, I know. They have done some really good stuff gaming related, but then there is that, and that's still weighing heavy on them that didn't do very well. Blue Knight,
that's the main thing with like movie companies like that, like Paramount and all other movie companies. That you'll have like things that will bomb, and then there'll be other things that will be fantastic that everyone will enjoy.
Yeah. Blue Knight said, or if they go down like the Ready Player One, where it's purely a movie about it being a game. I mean, there was that Gerard Butler one called Gamer, wasn't it? You remember that film where he was in a game, and that was more like a Call of Duty game than thing, because of all of the way it was, and people just getting massacred and that. I don't know. Maybe they'll go down that route. I don't know. We'll have to see. As we get more info, we will let you know. There's a good chance as well, because they revealed the cast for all of the new Street Fighter films earlier today. So we'll probably talk about that on next week's show. So we've got some more gaming/movie news for you, probably next week. So there we go. Let's move on to our next game. Now, this is a game some of you saw me playing last night on stream. This was our top games in our top 15 games of 2024. Got a very well-deserved 9 out of 10 on this show. And the first DLC has landed as of last Thursday. That's right. This is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and the DLC is called The Order of Giants, and the DLC has come to PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. Here is the trailer from a couple of weeks ago, because they didn't bother putting out a trailer on day of launch. They did it from Gamescom, and there you go. So you'll also see the Switch 2 announcement. Here we go.
What do you know about the legend of the Nameless Crusader?
Fierce warrior. Fought on the siege of Antioch, 1097 AD. Very tall, like a giant.
Pope Paul IV had an item of this crusader in his possession, his helmet.
Well, I'll tell you what. If I see the helmet, I'll leave it exactly as I found it. Sound good? Oops. Giant guardians. Their roots go way, way back. Worshipped by the Mithras cult.
I can't believe you dare to investigate this.
Impressive for a snake. It says Semper Vivus. Always living. Not dead. He's not in a tomb.
So there you go, folks. That is the first DLC for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. This is the Order of Giants. Obviously, came out on Xbox and PC last December, came to PlayStation 5 in April, and will be coming to Switch 2 at some point next year. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this DLC.
Yeah, well, this DLC is expanding the main game. It's not like taking part after the adventure of the main game, which is what I thought it might be originally.
Yeah, I thought that might be, but
this just fits into the Vatican level. There's a new character there you can go and talk to kick this one off, and it's delving more into the Order of Giants that you meet throughout the game to get to learn a bit more about them. So I think it's like 3-4 hour runtime.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah. So it's just basically takes you a new area, new puzzles to solve, enemies to fight. I think if you like the main game, you'll probably get something out of this one. I like the look of it, so I'm definitely going to get this at some point. Soon the game's about the minutes. This might just wait a month or two, then I'll get to it. But yeah, I think it looks like it should be pretty decent. It's a bit of a shame that it's not really following on from the story. It's just adding into it, because you when you get that, you can't help but think that they just pulled that out of development at some point. We'll save that for later. Charge people a bit more for this, especially since it's about, I think it's £18, but you could buy that deluxe edition way back when for like an additional 35, couldn't you?
Yeah,
doesn't really see that was worth paying for. So
I guess it depends.
If disappointed there.
Yeah, and I guess it depends if there's going to be more DLC in the future, which we don't know yet.
I think it's just this one because that's all they've announced.
Oh wow!
Usually they announce all like the DLC plans, don't they? Well, DLC 1, 2, or 3 most.
Yeah, I mean you say that, but Atomfall from release announced there was going to be a DLC which came out 2 months later, and then literally a couple of weeks ago announced there's a brand new DLC coming out which no one knew about. So it could be on the
company.
It could be Bethesda might try and tie it in with the 2026 Switch 2 release and go,
You never know if they've got something else to do with this one, or they just move on to do maybe another Indiana Jones game with a new story. Kind of hope they do, because I like what they've done with this one. So I'd happily play another game. But I think this just looks like a reasonable expansion to the Vatican level. Bit more for you to do there.
Yeah. Jake, your thoughts on this?
From what I could see from it last night, it has potential. It has a lot of potential to like either improve on it. I mean, if the DLC ends up not being that good, it still has the potential to do it better if they release any more DLCs. I mean, like I personally still need to play the Indiana Jones game, but I've seen loads of other people play it. It does look phenomenal, and like with the trailer itself, I do love the little Pandora's box reveal of the Indiana Jones coming to the Switch too. I like that sort of touch, but I think it has the potential to do good if anyone hasn't played it.
Yeah, I think they're smart that they didn't put it at the end of the game because then it doesn't give any spoilers. But Dave could say it could be something that's completely separate and its own little story and not having anything to do with the main game. But I said I struggled a lot near the start with it because it wasn't that clear as what you were supposed to be doing, and the water puzzle was infuriating for me.
Oh, no.
But I will say that the other puzzles I've actually done all right with. There's one with I won't spoil it, but there's one with a certain number of statues and like this ball that you have to guide around the maze. And I actually sat down and gave it a good 15, 20 minutes, like working out what needed to go where. And when I did it, I was like, cracked it, didn't need a guide for that. So felt better. But even the first opening bit, it was like, right, you meet the character, go do this. Great, got it. And then it was like, didn't say what you were supposed to do. And we were wandering around saying, well, we can see this building, but we've got no idea how to get into it. And it turned out there was a zip line going out of a window out of an office, but at no point did it tell you you had to jump out the window and do that to start the DLC. So I was a bit like, it felt at the start, there's bits that have kind of, whereas I know that game doesn't massively handhold you anyway, and you could do what you want, but it did feel like it didn't start coming into its own until we got through the first quarter of it. It felt like it just didn't explain itself very well at the start. But I am enjoying it, so I'll let people know what I think of it. I will say it does feel a lot linear. It doesn't feel like there's any open areas to this one, but there might be. I don't know because I haven't got that far. And it looks like you're going to end up at the Colosseum in Rome, obviously where it's going to take you because it's in the trailer. So whether that's a more open bit, but a lot of it is sewers, corridors, and you might get a bit where you're like outside, but it's not that far that you go. So yeah, compared to the main game, it just seems a little bit slightly different, but it's still got great music, and yeah, it's got some very funny moments in there as well. So yeah, Troy Baker doing awesome with the referral there. Tom Fun says, gotta go. It's past my bedtime. Catch you later. Have a good stream. Thank you so much, Tom. Great to see you. Take care. Dane said earlier, for some reason it's not popped up on here, but it's popped up on my says, I have mastered the lethal Japanese art of karate. Reference for you there. If you know, you know. But yeah, it did take me a while to remember all the controls as well. Sophie said, need a refresher on the controls. Jenny, good evening. How are you? Great to see you. So let's look at scores. Get your scores in for this. Danka reckons this can be a 7. iQuail says this looks a bit frustrating. Yeah, I'll probably go a 7. So get your scores in. This is the Indiana Jones DLC, The Order of the Giants, which is out on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC. All good, Frank. Hope you are well. Retro Shazar says 7. My issue was the secret ending seemed to set up the DLC, so a bit odd it's halfway through. I don't think it does. But again, I'll let you know. I don't think the secret ending is going to relate to that, and I won't spoil anything. So I will let you know, Dane. I will let you know on that one. Flame says a 7. Dane says a 7. Blue Knight is also saying the lethal Japanese art of karate. There you go. Dave, what say you?
I'm going to try a 7 as well.
Go for a 7 as well. Jake?
I'm going to go for a 6.
Going for a 6. Okay. So good, but not quite great. Max says 8. Any other scores, folks? Blue Knight says maybe an 8. I haven't played the base game and only seen bits and pieces of others streaming it. Jenny says a 7.5. Last chance, folks. Last chance. Get your scores in. If not, I can tell you, and I'll give my personal opinion on it next week because I think I'll finish it by next week. This got C4 Haggis. Hello, just joined. Taking a punt at 7. Well, I'll tell you what, mate. It's good you did that because you got it right because this did get a 7 out of 10 on average for the DLC, which is all right. But what I might say is wait until the price comes down on it and get it cheaper because I don't think it's worth 18 quid. But again, I'll let you know. So there you go. So well done, C4 Haggis. There you go. You got it right. Dane, well done. Flame, well done. iQuail, well done. You got it right as well. And I think then hopping over to YouTube, Danka and Retro Shazar said, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that, Retro Shazar. I'm hoping, please let me know if I'm saying that wrong. There you go. Got a shout out there. And give a shout out for Danka. iQuail's on it. So thank you. Doing the shout outs over on YouTube. So there you go. Awesome. Thank you very much. There you go. Everyone getting shout outs. Let's move swiftly on to our next game and the game that we are sponsored by tonight. It has been a year since this came out on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation, and it finally makes its way on to Switch 2.
Yes, no, shit. Yes, no, shit.
Troa, thank you so much for the Prime sub. That is now 4 months. You're currently on a 1 month streak. Thank you so much. Can we get a shout out for Troa? Aldo, great to see you. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. They've been playing Death Stranding 2 on the beach. This is meant to be a fantastic port. Well, we shall see because obviously we know they changed a lot with Star Wars Outlaws a couple of months after it came out and took a lot of the feedback from it. And this also includes the 2 DLCs as well. So you get the whole complete package on Switch 2. So let's have a look at the trailer. And one lucky person could be winning a copy of this in the next probably 5-10 minutes. Let's have a look at the trailer for Star Wars Outlaws on Switch 2, which came out last Thursday.
We're taking hits.
Here we go. It's a big galaxy out there. And I'm gonna risk it all. These are dangerous times. Everyone is fighting for their piece of the galaxy.
It is time we made our move.
Catch! So, where do we go next?
Anywhere we want, Andy.
There you go, folks. Also, somehow, we've hit a hype train as well,
Nice.
which is confused. There you go. That's what's kicked it off. Because Jenny just gave us 100 bits. I was like, how's a hype train started when we only had 1 sub come in? But there you go. Thank you so much, everyone. There's obviously a delay with everything coming through, but there you go. There you go. Shame it's a key card, but glad it's on Switch. Yeah, it's a digital code for this game. There you go. Runs better on Switch 2 than a Steam Deck as well, I think. Also uses ray tracing and DLSS pretty good, as I think. Why is there loads of mojos flying all over the screen? Because we have just had a celebration and we have hit a hype train. So there you go. That's why it's all just kicked off on screen. Thank you so much to everyone who's spending the bits and the subs on the channel. There you go. So, Dave, tell us what is actually different with this version compared to what came out a year ago on the consoles and PC?
Oh, well, they made quite a few changes to the way combat works, don't they, if I recall? So I think you could keep hold of weapons and you might even be able to use them on the speeders these days. This generally took a lot of the feedback people gave about it, and they just tried to improve it in a number of areas. I can't remember all the specifics, I'm afraid. But from what I've seen in the Switch 2 version, there was a good comparison video Digital Foundry did for this, compared to like some of the other ones like the Series S version. And considering it's running on a Nintendo Switch, which good console, not the most powerful thing around. It looks really good, actually.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty good looking port. They've even managed to keep some of the like ray tracing effects in there, and like all the nice sort of fancy lighting they had in some of the places. All that is there, and it looks like it runs pretty well. No major like technical issues to it either, which is good. Plus, as you mentioned, you get all the DLC in there as well, so that's like 2 extra story chapters for you. So there's a good amount there for the price, and it does sound like they have improved it since launch. Because I remember when I played it back on the PC and it came out, I just thought it was an okay game.
Yeah.
It was, I think, remarkable. It's just more Star Wars. It was an enjoyable enough story. I like the characters. Wasn't that taken with the open world stuff? I kind of thought most of that was a little bit pointless, like it tends to be. You can ignore most of it, because unfortunately, they have to design the game so that you can ignore it and complete it by not going to all the extra things. So it all kind of feels like a bit of filler, really, in a way. So I always kind of wish they'd made it like a more linear Uncharted type game. I thought that would have suited it a lot more than open world.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people did still enjoy it. So the ones who did like the look of it but couldn't play it before on the older Switch, it's out on Switch 2 now and looks nice. It's like a good version.
Jake, did you ever play it when it came out?
It is on my list, but I've seen loads of streamers and YouTubers play it. It looks, it just looks phenomenal to me. Like the environments, like watching the trailer, I'm like, oh my god, Lando Calrissian's in it. Not Doug Vader. God damn it.
Doug Vader.
Doug Vader. Jeff Vader.
Yeah. I did it with
throw lights over, he chases it and brings it back.
Yeah. But it's on my list of games to play.
Yeah.
Slowly getting through it, but I'm excited to play it. Excited like what they've done with it, and I agree with you, Dave. There, like it does look like it is a good port to the Switch too. Kept a lot of the ray tracing and stuff with it.
Okay. Quickman, hello, Quickman. By the way, good to see you. Says it is the first game in a long time that my Star Wars loving brother has actually loved since Knights of the Old Republic. Dane says Switch 2 game carts use eMMC, which is limited to about 400 megabytes a second, whereas the Switch 2 internal is much faster. Hence why this one is a game key card physical. Might be the norm going forward. Blue Knight says long live Doug Vader. Yes, and his brother Jeff. I do enjoy a good Star Wars game. I hope Night Dive do Jedi Knight and Mysteries of the Simpsons, says Iqual.
That'd be good.
My brother has a Switch 2, so he'll probably be getting very, very quickly if he doesn't already have it. Well, in a few minutes, we're going to be giving away a copy of said game on Switch 2, courtesy of Ubisoft. But before we do that, we've got to get the scores in. So what do everyone think that this scored? I can't actually remember what this got. I think I'm right. Don't quote me on this, but I think this got a 7.5 when it came out a year ago. I think it was about right. That was
too long ago to remember.
But don't let that sway your scores. Danker's saying an 8 for this one. Thank you so much for everyone who did the hype train. Jenny and Tro, appreciate that. Didn't unfortunately get to a level 2, so it's now closed. But thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Danker said an 8. iQuail said an 8. Flame said a 7.5. Jenny saying 8.5. Night Soph, take care. Dane said an 8. This is just for Switch. Yes, this is just for Switch 2. That is the version because it has come out literally last Thursday. We gave away copies of the Xbox One, I think, last year, I'm going to say 7 just because people don't seem to like Switch 2 cards for some reason. Charles saying 7.5. Max says 8. Quickman says an 8. Jake, I'll start with you. What do you reckon this got?
I would say 7.5 still.
Okay, so I reckon it's going to round about the same as the other one. Okay. Dave, what say you?
I'll try an 8. Let's see if any of the improvements they've made have bumped the scorer.
Okay. All right, going for an 8. Yeah, I found the key card drama hasn't personal. Yeah, I don't think they can really give a shit as long as they can play the game. So there you go. So, if there are no more guesses, this is Star Wars Outlaws, which is celebrating its first birthday. And this is out on Switch 2 as of last Thursday. And I can tell you that this got an average score of better than the original release because this got an 8 out of 10.
Ooh, nice.
8 out of 10. So ironically, this is done better than the original release. 8 out of 10 on average. So congratulations to everyone who said 8. I don't know if anyone said, Dank said 8 over on YouTube. Don't think anyone else put any scores on YouTube there. But well done to everyone. I'm going to scroll up. Quickman, well done. Max Dreams, well done. Dane, well done. iQuail, well done. Did I miss anyone else out? Let me know. Dave, you said 8, didn't you?
I did.
You did. Arkham was 7.5. So, Dave, we get to do you another shout out. How would you like it?
You can do your walk on from the side, mate.
Okay, we're seeing. Do you want the miniature version of me? Seeing as the Blue Knight who made this is in chat, who unfortunately has not got any right, so we'll make Blue happy by doing this.
Use the miniature.
We'll use the miniature. All right, and don't forget exclamation Dave in chat. Show your appreciation to Dave. Here we go. Dave!
Very nice.
There you go. Mini mag. There you go.
That doesn't get an Oscar. It's rigged.
Yeah, I know. Probably get a BAFTA instead, but there you go.
But it will have to. It's an award, isn't it?
Anything. It's like, Dave, well, that's the thing that happened. Yes. Now, if you would like to win a copy of Star Wars Outlaws on Switch 2, we're going to do it after this news story. So we talked about Hollow Knight Silksong, and Sophie did mention it is getting review bombed on Steam. And there's a reason for this, and I think this is a little bit unfair, because it broke the internet. During sort of like a 11 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or whatever time it was during the day, basically a time that a lot of people were at work and kids were back at school, this game released, and it broke multiple storefronts, and it meant that it also broke new Steam records as well, which is interesting. But a lot of people couldn't buy it from Steam because the storefront on that shut down. PS Store and the Nintendo Switch Store also struggled with it. Some people, even though it was on Game Pass, couldn't even download it on the Xbox app because the Xbox app was giving up because people were basically, trying to flipping download it. And it basically just crashed everything. But despite that, and people having to restart and get it, eventually people were able to get copies. But it had, on a standard Thursday afternoon on Steam, over 500,000 concurrent players, which sets it a new record. I think it puts it in, at the moment, within the first couple of days release, like the 29th best-selling game on Steam so far, right? But it also put it in the top 3 most played game of that day. And the number 2 games of that day were Dota 2 and Counter-Strike 2, which have been in like the top 2 for donkey's years. Okay? So it's insane that this game has come out. People have been wanting it for ages. It's got a 10 out of 10 on this show. It's got 10 out of 10s everywhere else. We're going to get more review scores probably next week, over the course of the week. And people are going mad for it. And they're going so mad for it that they broke a lot of store fronts that you could get from it. Does this just prove how hype this game really is? That's going to be my question to you guys.
I think so. I think hype must have had some part in it, because that number of players, the amount it's sold, for an indie Metroidvania game, you wouldn't really think it would do as well as it has done. But wow, over 500,000 on Steam concurrent. I mean, most games could dream of that. Even like big AAA ones don't get that. Yeah. So it is pretty impressive. So yeah, I'm sure like hype and word of mouth definitely had a good hand in that to get those numbers.
Yeah. Some people are saying, well, it's got a 92% rating on Steam, but it did get review bombed at the time because people were moaning. But you can't really base reviews on that because they're moaning about the Steam store, not the game. So I'm not going to really.
I did see some review bombing. I think it was just from I think it was Chinese players. That was my. I don't know if you could really say it's review bombing or just airing a grievance that I think the Chinese language translation was pretty poor.
Yeah,
but apparently that's in. I think the devs are looking into sorting out.
Yeah, apparently this is 16 quid in the UK. I know it's $20 in America, which is an absolute bargain. And it's probably another reason it's sold so well. Is that Metroidvania where you have an evil Pac-Man partner? No, that's been and gone. That came out a couple of months ago, and that didn't review very well. It's been and gone. No one's even talking
all about it.
No one's even been talking about that game, unfortunately. I was going to stream it until it got very average reviews, and then I'm not bothering with it. Indie games seems to be doing better than most AAA titles. Agreed. I believe Silksong was on the 18th most concurrent players of all time on Steam, an hour after launch. Damn. It did drop down to, I think, 29th, but it's probably going to go back up. There you go. Yeah, translation, which has apparently now been fixed. So there you go. That's been fixed. It was all the Chinese dialects that were poor. Yeah, there you go. Quickman said he was hoping that Pac-Man game would have done well. I was hoping that was going to do well, but apparently it's very average. There you go. Arkham, your thoughts on this and the fact that it's crashed the Steam store?
To me, it's just baffling. Just the amount of people that have gone, okay, this has come out, we're going to download it now. Like, it's baffling, but at the same time, it's kind of impressive because, like with you, Dave, it's a Metroidvania game. Like, surprised that it has done as well as it has. It's and pretty much Dave summed it up essentially. Like my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I'm really happy for this. What's the name of the game, Quickman? This is Hollow Knight Silksong. Quickman, Hollow Knight Silksong. Go check it out. It's a Metroidvania. Loads of people are absolutely can't just wait for it. So there you go. I will be playing it tomorrow night on stream. Hopefully I can. Well, I've got a copy of it, so I think it's on Game Pass. So there you go. So it shouldn't be an issue. Mind you, that I couldn't get Indiana Jones working last night, which is interesting. Live on stream, it was a bit like.
Oh dear.
So there you go. Yeah,
That's all it is.
It was weird. It's really weird. I tested it to make sure the DLC worked, and then when I reloaded it, it didn't work how it should done. So I closed it down and booted it up, and it took me 3 attempts to get the game working again, which was a bit weird. So that was worrying. But once it worked, I haven't had that problem since. So I just think it was a streaming thing. According to Steam, Silksong is currently has the 17th highest. Also, right. So it's now gone from. So when it came out, it was 20. Went from 29th, so it's now gone to 17th. So and it's been out. It's come out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 5 days. So it's shot up. He's lying. He never. Bollocks. I did test it. I test all the games because otherwise, if we don't test the game, we don't have a stream. We're in the shit.
He's so mean to you, isn't he, Max? Dave's always mean to you.
He is. He's a bastard. There you go. There you go. I did have sympathy for Dave. I was going to be nice, but after that comment, he can go fuck himself. But there you go. He agrees. I'm a bastard. I don't really mean that. He's fine. You're always pissing about. But there you go. So, we're going to talk more Silksong. Are we? Yes, we are going to talk more Silksong news because that's anything that everyone's talking about a little bit later on. But I know some of you have been patiently waiting. We are sponsored. We are sponsored by Ubisoft tonight. And because it is the 1-year anniversary of Star Wars Outlaws, they have released Star Wars Outlaws onto Switch 2 as of last Thursday. And it just got an 8 out of 10 on this show. If you have a Switch 2 and you would like a copy of Star Wars Outlaws, this is what we're going to do now. Because we are streaming on YouTube as well as Twitch, I'm not going to do the normal thing how I do the thing where you have to redeem a code because it's not going to work. So for all my regular viewers, right? So if you had been sitting here and you've never watched this show before, tough shit, you are not going to get entered into the competition because this is how it works. You have to watch this show. So if you are a regular, and that includes anyone who's subbed or bits who's been here, I know who are regulars. I want you to type the word Star Wars in chat. Only type it once, and if you put Star Wars, Quickman, yes, you are. You are Quickman. You have been here a number of times for the last couple of months. So you are. So type the word Star Wars. Kindred, you are in the draw. Danker, you are in the draw. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes to do this. Dane, you're in the draw. Quick man. There you go. Blue. iQuail. Please note this is Switch 2 only. Dave Johnson. He put Star Wars, but I put his name down. I don't think he owns a Switch 2. But this is Switch 2, and it is a digital code that I have got. Trower, yep. Oops. Yeah, there you go. Trower's there. Any more for any more? I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Type Star Wars, whether you're in the YouTube chat. Oh, Dave, yeah. If you win it and you got it like a quick man, I'll give it to his brother. Dave might give it to someone else. So if anyone else is, Arkham said that can't have it because, but if Arkham wants to join in, you can if you want. Don't worry.
It's all good.
It's all good. All right, 15 seconds. If you're my brother, Belarus. Good luck, everyone says Belarus. Good on you. Yeah, I'll be with my brother. Waltz from the dark side. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'm now closing off. No one else can enter the competition. And to show you that we're doing this properly, got a good old wheel of names. Our Star Wars wheel. So, Kindred, Danker, Dane, Quickman, Blue, iQual, Dave Johnson, and Trower all taking part. Going to spin the wheel in 3, 2, 1. So it's totally random. And look at that. It's Quickman.
Cool.
Quickman, congratulations. Your brother's going to get a copy of this. Let's hope they've not already bought it. So there you go. So please DM me. Quickman, either on Twitch, either whisper me on Twitch, or if you're in the Discord, DM me and I will send you the code straight after the stream. So there you go. Congratulations for winning on that. That is amazing. Thank you again to Ubisoft for sponsoring us on that. We will have more competitions and stuff to do on other streams in the next couple of weeks. Not going to say what they are because I don't want to spoil it. But there you go. Well done, Quickman. Let's move on. To our next game. A couple of indie games for you. Now, this came out on PC November last year. Hey, Gilfly, you just missed the competition, bless you, but hope you're doing good. This came out on PC back in November last year, but now gets its console release as of last Thursday. This is on Xbox Series X and S and PS5, and this is Void Crew. And Quickman, thank you for sending the DM to me. Make sure you sent me your email, and I will get that sent out to you literally after the stream. Here is Void Crew.
Welcome aboard, followers of Medem. You are about to embark on the most important journey of our time. Engage Void Jump.
There you go. Void Crew finally gets a console release on Series X and S and PS5. Dave, tell us more about this one, please.
Yeah, this is a co-op roguelike space adventure for up to 6 players. So we had something similar a few weeks back called Wildgate, but whereas that one was like PvP, this one looks like it's just PvE.
Yeah.
In this one, you're just a group of people piloting your ship in a galaxy which is under siege by some alien force, and you'll just be doing various mission types, like you're going to try and do survive or go on salvage runs or reclaim territory, stuff like that. looks like it could be good fun if you get the right group of people to play with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said many times for these type of games, they're always going to be better if you're playing with your mates because you actually just chat to each other, sort out who's doing what, who's piloting, who's on the guns, who's out getting resources, etc., etc. So I think in that sort of situation, you could probably have some pretty good fun with this one. If you're playing with randoms, might not be quite as good because you're always going to get someone who will just not chat and just go off on their own and just do their own thing and probably get killed and expect you to go and rescue them. So yeah, as I say, it's going to depend who you're playing with, but looks nice enough graphics wise, and yeah, looks like it could be quite a fun little space adventure.
Okay, Arkham, your thoughts on this one?
It's the first time I've ever seen it. Not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be like a sequel to Void Bastards that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like just the moment I see Void, I'm thinking Void Bastards. But
yeah,
from what the trailer's shown, it does look very good. Like what Dave said, it is gonna be a lot of fun playing with your mates and stuff. Not as good if you're playing with randomers on the game, but yeah, it does look very good.
There you go. Quick man, just put this made me laugh. So just messaged my brother, have you got Outlaws on Switch too? Yeah. And he went, it's on Switch too. And I said, yeah, you owe me a pint when I see you on Friday. There you go. There you go. That's one happy person. There you go. But yeah, I thought this was a thing to Void Bastards. They did do a sequel to Void Bastards, but it was completely called something else, something Bastards. I can't remember what it was, but it was like a
I think it had a Wild West setting, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So, and apparently it was actually slightly, I did enjoy Void Bastards slightly better, but there you go. So folks, what do we reckon this got? Danka reckons this has got a 7. Get your scores in, folks. This is Void Crew, which came out last Thursday on Xbox Series X and PS5. Already, Void Bastards is a surprisingly vulgar sequel to Void Strangers. 7.5 says Quickman for this one. Dave, I'll start with you. What do you reckon?
I'm going to try a 7.
Going for a 7. Blue Knight says 7.5. Wild Bastards is a spiritual sequel. Yeah, exactly. iQuail, 7. Dave Johnson, 7. Flame, 7. Jake, what do you reckon?
I'm gonna price this right, Dave. I'm gonna say 7.5.
Okay, going for 7.5. Dane says 7.5. My last one is nipping to bed at 6:30 for office tomorrow. No worries, Dane. Any more, folks? Get them in chat. As this is Void Crew, already out on PC. Came out on Thursday for Xbox Series X and PS5. Retro Jazar over on YouTube says a 7. And if there are no more scores, I can tell you that there's a lot of people who did get this right because it's got a 7. Got a 7 out of 10. So, blimey, we've got to go through all these. Retro Shazar, congratulations. Flame, Dave Johnson, iQuail, Danka, and obviously Dave. Free tonight, Dave.
Doing all right so far.
Doing all right. It did look a little generic. I think the reason it got marked down is some people said that the multiplayer is a little bit sometimes, and trying to get the right amount of players to do the thing can be problematic. But there you go. There you go. Thank you for doing the shout out there for Retro Desire. I greatly appreciate that. That is awesome. Over on YouTube. If you go, and I'm going to say this now. If you're watching on YouTube, go click all the links that are being shouted out for all the people that are getting these right. And if you're watching on Twitch, go click on the links because all these people support the channel. Go give them some love back. Greatly appreciate it. Let's take the time to watch the show, as I say every week. So we want to say thank you to all of you for watching us week in, week out. Dave, how do you want your shout out?
Let's see. I know someone suggested in the chat earlier you do a backflip, but we probably can't be going doing that into your shelves, can we? As funny as that would
really
be.
No.
I'd love to see it. We'll have to just go for something simpler. So hide behind your chair. Surprise.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's do that then. Let's do the old chair thing. Exclamation Dave in chat if you want to get involved. Oh, God. I'm still wearing shorts, thank God. Right, are you ready?
Go for it.
Dave!
Very nice. How are your knees?
Yeah, cool. All right, not too bad. Surviving. So there you go. Moving swiftly on. Our next game. This is only out on PC at the moment. This also came out last Thursday. It's a big week for games. We missed out about another 7 or 8 games from this week. We couldn't fit into the show. This one is called Jet Runner. As I say, this is out on PC. Let's have a look. I'm going to say this one also gives me Coast Runner vibes, but in more of a sporty kind of way. Let's have a look at the trailer for this one. I am also going to say the quality of this trailer wasn't great when they sent it me, so my apologies if it is a bit pixelated, but don't take that into the account of what the actual game looks like. It's just how they sent it me, and I asked for a new one, and I never got one, so here we go.
Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen! My name is Mick Acaster, and I will be your host for the next couple of days here at the America's Open. I can't wait! Holy moly! What is going on with contestant 242? What's her name? Nina White? It's been years since we've seen a newcomer tear up a track like this. Where has she been hiding? Incredible! The way she bobs and weaves to dodge the oncoming hail of fire, she's just way better than any newcomer has any right being.
I feel like I could take on the world.
We're nearing the end of an unforgettable event, ladies and gentlemen. There's no question about it. We have a legend in the making, folks.
There you go. That's Jet Runner, which came out on PC last Thursday. Some people liking the look of this, some not. Dave, tell us a little bit more about this one, because it does feel like it's a sports version of Ghost Runner.
Yeah, well, your character is taking part in Jet Runner, which is meant to be a futuristic sport in the games world, and the point of that is just trying to clear the course in as quick a time as possible. So it definitely gives you like some Ghost Runner vibes. Also made me think of Neon White, which is a similar type of game last year.
Yes,
that one used cards for its its navigation skills, whereas this one you are collecting skills as you go. So you were doing wall running, then you might get a skill to like use your gun to shoot something, or one to help you boost up to a higher point. So you've got to just make use of those to get through the level as quick as you can. I think it's got like leaderboards, online leaderboards. So anyone in like the speedrunning community might want to just jump into this one and try and get the best record. Could get quite competitive that way. As a game, it looks okay. I can't say it's one that really appeals to me. Looks okay graphics wise. I think to write home about. I think if you want like a bit of speedrunning, and like trying to get through courses as quick as possible, you might get something out of this one.
Yeah. Jake, your thoughts on this?
Again, Dave's pretty much summed up. I do like the sort of cell shaded kind of motif to it. Not properly cell shaded, but like that sort of feel to it, anime cell shade type thing. But yeah, not my cup of tea either, but it does, like, I can see what it does for like fans of those sort of games.
I quite like the look of it. I'm not going to lie. I think this is something I play. I might wait until see if this hits consoles. It's not something I'm going to get on PC straight away, but I do like the look of it. I'm not going to lie. So let's see. Get your scores in, folks. Danker's coming straight in there with a 7.5 over on the YouTubes. I loved how technical Mirror's Edge time trials were, but every attempt it since has watered it down too much for me. It's been near impossible, the appeal for me. Quickman says 6.5 for this one because it was reminding him of Mirror's Edge. Flame says a 6. Oh, I've got lower scores here. Jake, we'll start with you. What do you reckon this got?
I'm going to go with a 7.5.
7.5. Okay. iQuail saying a 7. So kind of like everyone's kind of hovering between 6s and 7s. Dave, what say you?
I'm going to try a 7.
Trying a 7. Danker says there is a Steam demo. So if you want to try it out, there is a demo. Retro Star says 6.5. Gilfly, 7.5. Blue Knight says, I've gone too low for everything so far, so I'll say a 7. Troa also saying a 7. Any more, folks? This is Jet Runner, which came out last Thursday on PC. Dave Johnson saying 6.5. I feel like the trailer probably makes it look good, but the game itself is too easy to break. Just my gut feeling. Well, I can tell you, lovely people, that it's probably better than it looks, because this on average got a 7.5.
Nice.
So there you go, 7.5. So Gilfly, congratulations. You got it right. Well done, Gilfly. Danker got it right as well. Anybody else get it right? Don't think so. I think it's just a 2. Just a 2. There you go. There's the shout outs going there. 2 people. Yeah, there you go. 2 people got it right. Don't think anyone on the screen got it right, did they? So
I didn't because I said 7.
I said 7.5.
Oh, you did? God
Yeah.
damn it. So your first one right. First one right. And I got, do you know what? In my head, I got 7. I got you 2 swapped round. Can we get a shout out for our guest? So first shout out, ArkhamFan. Get the his Twitch channel up on there. We'll shout on that one a little too hard. There you go. Our guest tonight is ArkhamFan. Here's the Twitch channel for shout outs. You weren't supposed to fucking put the whole message I put in the mod chat, Dave. But fuck it. There you go. Our guest tonight is ArkhamFan. Here's the Twitch channel for shout. For fuck's sake. I'm lazy. Clearly. Tonight. Not generally, but you know. Oh God. Shouldn't even be modding, but there you go. Anyway. Please give our guest a shout out. It's his first one tonight. So there you go. Let's move on to our next bit of news. Yay! Vogue. There you go. Like he's spamming it now in the chat. He's just spamming it in the chat. In fact,
Hey, you're flattering me, man. You're flattering me.
I'm actually going to take that. I'm actually going to take it out. I'm going to chuck it in the YouTube thing just for a laugh. But, it's in the YouTube chat as well. So if any of the people watching on YouTube want to give you a follow, Arkham, there it is. So there it is. Said we were going to talk more Silksong news, and we are. And this is an interesting one as well, because obviously with a game as big as Silksong, people are trying to scramble to get copies left, right, and center. So it's inevitable that you get people who want to pirate the game or get copies illegally. But the pirating community have been out on Reddit threads and other areas and other things and said Team Cherry deserved this game not to be pirated. And as the pirating community have turned around, have said, do go buy the game. They basically said, please do not pirate this game. So well-known pirators have basically said, it's a cheap game. It's out on everything. They delivered on everything they said they were going to do. So go buy it. It's interesting, really, isn't it? That's actually a thing. So even the pirating community, whether you love them or hate them, have basically turned around and gone, go get it. Because I think it's literally like a team of 3 people, isn't it, who made this game?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
So I think they've managed to give a good work-life balance over the 6 years, which is good. And
yeah.
As I think you mentioned, they've sort of kept all their sort of promises as well as they've been making it. So everyone who originally backed it on Kickstarter for the for Silksong when it was meant to be just a DLC got their copy for free.
That's right. So all the people that you're right, people who backed it got their copies.
So the studio got a lot of goodwill behind them, which I think that helps. And obviously, the people who did crack these games, pirate them. I still appreciate that. So it's nice to see them say to people, just go and buy it.
Yeah. Quickman says, I'm someone who pirates a lot just because I'm underneath the poverty line, like video games. But yes, go buy Silksong. There you go. It took about 7 years or so to do it. That's correct. Yes. Brave to say, you might have just dropped yourself in the shit there, Quickman, but never mind. Team Cherry only has 3 devs. Yeah. But as you said, with the whole Kickstarter thing, they've honored everything. There's a hell of a lot of goodwill there, which is fantastic.
And they could have charged more for this, but it's just really cheap for what it is. So
it's very cheap.
All respect to them for that.
Yeah. $20 in the States, 16 quid over here, I think. Bargain. Absolute bargain. Quickman is now getting assassinated by Amazon. It was nice knowing you. Thank you. If tomorrow on stream I'm giving away another copy of Star Wars Outlaws, it's because he didn't get it. There you go. Absolutely worth it to buy. There you go. £16.75 to be exact. There you go. With the currency exchange. There you go. Right. So, moving on. Our final 2 games of the night, and these are two big games. Another 2 big games that came out last week. This was in our top 50 games to look out for. This came out on Thursday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. and I will be streaming this Wednesday next week. This is Hell is Us.
What the hell happened here? I feel like I'm trapped in some twisted nightmare. I just want to wake up. Wake up.
This war is a blessing. Why come back?
Anyone in my shoes would have done the same.
Look at you, compromised by your emotions.
I want to piece together whatever is happening here, and you want to stop it.
We failed to stop the calamity.
There are always two sides to a story.
You're fucking scumbags! You pissed off the wrong people.
Don't even try that psychological bullshit with me.
Fuck! You must continue what we've begun to uncover.
You just close your eyes and you wait until it's over.
PlayStation. There you go. That is Hell is Us. Now, when we first talked about this at the start of the year, because this is in our top 50 games to look out for, it was giving very much Dark Souls vibes, but they always said that it's going to be slightly different to a Dark Souls game. And it seems to be that that's the case, isn't it, Dave? This isn't your typical Souls-like game, is it?
No, I don't think you'd really even class it as a Souls-like. I think the only sort of similarity is that the stamina management and the combat. So you just got to watch the stamina bar as you're doing the attack moves on the enemies. Just make sure it doesn't run out, or if it's getting low, back off, let it charge up. That's really the only similarity for what I could tell. The sort of main game itself, it's generally an action-adventure game, not like big open world, sort of smaller open levels that you do stuff in before you move on to the next one. But the main thing about this game is kind of like similar to what Atomfall was doing in the year. It's not trying to hold your hand at all.
Yeah,
you've got to pay attention to like everything that people tell you, notes that you read. Learn, recognize landmarks when you go around, trying to like get around the map, because it's not going to put quest markers down. It's not going to give you hints,
no,
anything like that. It's just leaving it to you to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
So you might find a puzzle, not have any clue about it, but you explore a bit more. You might find some notes or talk to people who give you information about it. Then you can use that to go back and solve it. So it sounds interesting from that point of view. And I think combat-wise, combat seems to be okay, but I think the enemy variety is a bit lacking. So the combat can get a little bit samey because of that. Story-wise for this game, your character has travelled to this country on a quest to find his parents, because they're missing in there. And as we see in the trailer, that country just seems to have been inhabited by all these strange, like supernatural creatures. These sort of white, sort of mannequin-type looking creatures with no faces. You've got to try and battle through those, solve all the mysteries, and try and find your parents. Does look interesting. It's not one that was that high on my list, but the reviews I've seen recently have made it sound a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
So maybe look at it at some point.
Yeah, I've been following this quite closely, because it's one of those is like, if it leans too heavy on the Dark Souls stuff, I'm probably not going to enjoy it. But then it looks like it's not, and it's delivering something different. It's interesting, because I remember when Sophie saw the trailer for this, first half of the trailer makes it look like a mystery game where you've got to solve all these puzzles and stuff. And Sophie was like, oh, I like this. And then when it went to like the semi sort of combat, she was like, oh, I'm going to fucking hate this. And I don't know where I'm going to sit. So this is going to be interesting for me when I stream this next week. And as you said, there's no map, there's no hand holding. And I have read reviews that said that the first part of the game can be quite confusing. But once you get past that, it does actually get easier in terms of, not the game is easier, but you understand how the game mechanics work for you to find where you've got to go. So there's no hand holding, but you just got to basically pay attention, as you said, on the information they give you and the areas you can go to then unlock certain aspects. So I'm going with this with an open mind. I quite like the look of it. So hopefully I will enjoy this, and hopefully it doesn't infuriate the fuck out of me. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll find out next week.
Jake, your thoughts on this?
So first thing I would say is, like, to me, it does look like a Souls-like game, but with like the setting of like I think it's called After Earth that you can get on Steam. It's got like sort of like post-apocalyptic style setting with all the creatures you can fight. It first time I've ever seen the trailer of it. It does look interesting, and I would play it. But yeah, I like my first sort of like feeling would be it looks like a Souls-like game, but obviously if there's like no hand holding and stuff like that, it looks like it's going to provide a challenge, and like hopefully it pays off.
Yeah. Quickman says, I'm not into Souls-like, so it looks like another one to me. So if you want another one, there's another one. But I think this isn't really a Souls-like, as we've now discovered, which is quite good. Yes, there's combat that's a bit like it, but it plays very differently. So, you know, Lies of P is more a Souls-like than what this is.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully it won't be so punishing on the combat. And I believe you can adjust the combat so that you can make it a lot easier even if you struggle. So that's one good thing. But then the story elements are still, puzzles are difficult for you to do, which is fine, which is all good. Okay, folks. So this, get your scores in now. Danka did a predicted score for this back in January when we first mentioned it of a 7.5 out of 10. Get your scores in chat now. This is Hell Is Us, which is out now for PS5, Xbox Series X and PC. Guildfly says, yeah, I'm very picky with Souls-type games. Usually has to have something a bit different to get my attention. Quickman saying a 7. iQual an 8. Lies of P was awesome. It was awesome. Love that game. Haven't played the DLC, though, which came out back in the summer. I've not seen that. C4 and Haggis, 8. Trevor says, I'm saying an 8. Whoops, missed that. Get your scores out for a long ride. We're going down Blackpool. Lane says 7. I've got an 8 on this one. Maybe an 8. Dave, what say you? We'll kick things off with this one.
I'll try a 7.5.
Go for a 7.5. Retro Jazar, 7.5. Blue Knight says maybe an 8. Hello to Drawn Unicycle, by the way, who's here. I didn't actually properly say hello. Hope you're doing all right, buddy. Back from work. Arkham, what do you reckon?
I want to say an 8 on this.
Okay, go for an 8. All right. Any more for any more? Last chance. Hell Is Us came out last Thursday on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. And I can tell you, this got very mixed reviews, but within a small amount of scores. And everyone is very, very close. Everyone is very, very close. It did get some 8 out of 10s, but it got more 7s than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
And I think mainly because I'm gonna predict what this is one, the samey type of enemies is one thing that's come up, and 2, no hand holding, which does infuriate a lot of reviewers sometimes. So a 7 out of 10, but we'll play it next week, and hopefully I might rate it better than that. I might totally dislike it. I don't know. Well, it'd be interesting to see, because I don't normally play games like that, but I'm willing to give it a shot because it's piqued my interest for nearly over a year now. So I'm looking forward to it. Flame, congratulations. You got it right. Well done. Quickman, well done. You got it right as well. You get a shout out. And I think that's it for everyone. There's only the 2. Only the 2. So there you go. But it's worth checking out, definitely. And that moves us on to our last game of the night. Another game that I've been looking forward to. And I will be streaming on the 22nd of this month, which is in 2 Mondays' time. This is from Bloober Team, the people that brought us Layers of Fear, The Medium, the Blair House Project, the Blair Witch Project. Blair House.
Oh God, Tony Blair's at it again.
Yeah, Tony Blair's at it again. Oh, Labour. Fuck
off. Such a scam.
Yeah. Oh, war crimes. Oh, there you go. There you go. But obviously, Bloober have recently had a bit of a downfall with their games that people are saying, okay, they do okay horror games. And then they took on the Silent Hill 2 remake. And as you know, that came highly recommended in our Games of the Year last year. Didn't make our top 15, but was highly recommended. And did a brilliant job with the Silent Hill 2 remake. They've now gone on their own again to deliver a sci-fi game set on Earth. And there are going to be comparisons of certain other games that look like this. But this came out on Friday on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Switch 2. And unfortunately, I don't have a copy on Switch 2 to give away. But I have got a copy of this already because they sent it me last week. So I'm looking forward to playing this. This is Cronos, The New Dawn. Here we go.
It wasn't us who brought the change to the world of people. They didn't have much time. What happened here?
The orphans grow even stronger as they merge. Efficiency discipline is recommended. Such is our calling.
Follow your purpose. Gather the other essences.
The vocation must go on. I need to do my part. The steelworks. The outbreak. His mission. My awakening. I need to make sense of it all.
There you go, folks. That is Cronos, The New Dawn, the new horror game from Bloober Team. I am very much looking forward to this, but you can't help feeling that you've seen this slightly somewhere before. Isn't that right, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, it does look a lot like other survival horror titles we've seen in the past, and yes, they're sort of touting that mechanic, aren't they, where the creatures can fuse together and you've got to burn the bodies to stop them with fire. That I remember from the remake of Resident Evil 1. We had to stop the zombies, and if you didn't burn them, they turned to the Crimson Head ones that are actually bastards to deal with. So there's definitely some similarities there with older games. From what I've read about it, it does play like any other survival horror, but I think the setting that they've come up with, the story, both look and sound pretty good. You're playing as a character called the Traveller, who's been sent back from the future to 1980s Poland, and it's one of those games storylines where there's just some event has happened that's just caused all this sorts of chaos. In this case, it seems to have turned humanity into these strange creatures called the orphans. You've got to navigate your way past these enemies, trying to locate other people who are still alive in the 1980s. And when you find them, I believe you can retrieve their essence, and ultimately you want to try and take that back to the future where you've come from to help with the events that are happening there.
Yeah.
Quite how it's going to help. I have to play the game to find out. But it certainly sounds like an interesting story to me, and that's what would make me be interested in playing this one, because I think that does sound quite interesting.
Yeah. I mean, there's obviously a lot of comparisons between this and Dead Space, clearly. And obviously, because they did Silent Hill 2, it's got that thing with also the Resident Evil 4 remake, over the shoulder kind of thing going on.
Oh yeah.
So there's a number of things, but I am looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this more than Hell Is Us. I'm not going to lie, but Arkham, your thoughts on this one?
See, I would compare it to like Resident Evil 2, 3, 4 remake, Dead Space, even what's that one with I can't remember what it's called now. It's like you play as a detective and you kill like the monster things, and you gather like the green goo off the floor, and Evil Within, is it?
Oh yeah.
Kind of like that with the over the holder.
Yeah.
I can't even talk now. Jesus. Over the shoulder sort of perspective of it. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I love my survival horrors as well, so I'm very much looking forward to playing this as well.
Okay. All right, folks. Got a couple of scores in already. Dank is saying a 7.5. C4 and Hag is saying 8.5. Giving me Halo vibes. Get your scores in now. This is Cronos New Dawn. Came out on Friday. It's on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and Switch 2. So go check it out. Gilfly saying a 7 out of 10 for this. And Jake, I'll start with you this time. What do you think this is for our last game of the night?
Judging because it's survival horror, 8.5.
8.5. Okay. Dave, what say you?
I'll try 8.
Go for an 8. Okay. iQuail. So we got 8 from Dave, 8.5 from Arkham, 7.5 from iQuail, 6.5 from Flame. Any more, folks? Troa, 8.5. This is the last one, your last chance to get your shout outs in the chat. If not, I'm going to close it up. This is Cronos the New Dawn. Came out on Friday. PS5, Xbox Series X, PC, and Switch 2. And I can tell you that, again, this kind of sat within a small amount of numbers, but did fare better than Hell Is Us, because this got a 7.5.
Okay, not bad.
7.5. So it's good, slightly better. I think the biggest thing they said is sometimes it can be really tough. The difficulty curve is on it. And if you get a bit like Silent Hill 2, you get cornered by more than 2 monsters, you are screwed in this game, no matter what you got. And it can be tricky sometimes. And I do feel that there are certain mechanics. There's like some rewind mechanics you can use, but they don't use them enough. So there's some that are used in puzzles, but then when you use them in combat, it's only just like to rewind the time to recreate a barrel, an exploding barrel, which then can be used against the enemies. Mm-hmm. They said they used it for a lot more stuff. You know, they could have slowed down enemies and things a bit like what they do in Dead Space, or make the character walk backwards or whatever. So it didn't really feel like it had been, you know, fully explored, but still a good game. So there you go. iQuail, you got it right. I'm going to give you a shout out, iQuail. I'll give you a shout out on here. Well done. Let's hit that button. Where are you? There you are. Boom, like that. And Danka got it right as well. So I'm going to... Danka's over on YouTube. Hopefully, Danka, you've got your shout out on YouTube. There you go. Hopefully, someone's going to give you a shout out in a second. Let me know if you don't. I'll tell you what I will do. I'll do a shout out on here as well. In fact, where you gone on here? Where have you gone on here? Oh, I can't because you're not on there. That's annoying. I'll get a thing. Oh, look at that. Mag gives Mr. Perfect Arkwell a personal shout out. There you go. Arkwell's also shouting out our guest. There you go. Now, before we finish up the show, hopefully I'm not forgetting anything. Knowing me, I probably have. Our final news story. Final news story of the night, folks. Another ex-executive is digging into Game Pass, saying that basically, on this time, it gives people who create games and work on games that are going to go on Game Pass, creates inner tension between devs. This time, it was Pete Hines, who's an ex-Bethesda exec, who basically says that subscription services aren't worth jack shit. That was his exact words. It says it doesn't balance the needs for the devs. It comes at the expense of retail because it's taking away official retail sales, and it doesn't put in factor into other profit drivers. Other people also chimed in on these comments, and other people that we've seen before, because this keeps coming up with people saying Game Pass is not sustainable. Game Pass does not look after devs. It just makes them churn out games. And it seems to be one side is saying that it's not good for these devs because it's basically putting on a lot of pressure. Basically means they've got bad deadlines to try and meet, kind of puts them off, that stifles their creativity. And then you've got the other side saying it's actually putting it out to a market about a game that maybe someone would never know about, and it puts it in front of thousands and thousands and thousands of people because you go, boom, this has come out on Game Pass, and more people are likely to see it than if you just went, oh yeah, this came out on Steam today. It's kind of like the advertising does itself. So there's two sides for this. But we are seeing this more and more. There's more execs from companies that are now owned by Microsoft. And then the other week we talked about the people who had left PlayStation who were slagging off PS Plus. Do they have a point, or do we think they're just bitter?
It's one of those ones that's tricky to answer without probably like a good amount of data from Microsoft, to see how they actually treat, say some of the AA companies, indie developers who put stuff on there. Because do they just get like a flat fee and then that's it, or do they get some sort of payment depending on how many people play it? You don't really know, so it's hard to gauge. I mean, it must work for some, maybe it doesn't work for others because they could have made more in sales if they just put it out there, but you never see that sort of data, so you don't really know. But I think what you ultimately want to avoid is, and I think you see it on like the TV streaming platforms, is so it does sometimes feel like stuff is just made to be content, just to sort of fill out, a sort of release schedule to show that you've got something new coming on there. And you don't really want games to be treated like that, because otherwise they just sort of get lost in amongst all the shovelware. So I think that's probably what he's trying to say.
Yeah,
but it's hard to know if that is happening or not. I mean, you could argue that, say, some studios have been badly treated, like was it Tango Gameworks got closed down, even though they had Hi-Fi Rush, which did really well. So why would you close them? Some stupid things like that happen. So I don't know. I just got to keep an eye on it going forward. I mean, it's good for the consumer, Game Pass, because it's not that much a month, and you get access to all these cool games. But I do hope that it isn't causing too much problems for developers. If it is, it's problematic though, isn't it? Because Game Pass is such a good place to put your game for visibility. If you don't put it on there, you might just get lost as well.
Yeah, it is very tricky, isn't it? But then I think if you are going to put it on Game Pass, then you have certain deadlines to hit. Obviously, I think so. It is a bit of a mixed bag. Jake, your thoughts on this? Your any thoughts on this? Whether
I'm honestly not too sure. Again, not seeing the data and stuff like that. It's at the end of the Game Pass, PS Plus, and stuff like that, it's going to have a lovely relationship with loads of people. So again, just not quite sure how I'm feeling about it at this moment in time.
Yeah, I think we're never really going to probably get the data from Game Pass until it probably shuts down, if it ever shuts down. I think Microsoft are never going to hand that over. I mean, Phil Spencer's commented a number of times that they're in it for the long haul with Game Pass. It's not a fly-by-night. It's not hemorrhaging money. It's their biggest seller. And I think in some ways, without Game Pass, Microsoft will not be doing as well as they are, even though they're not doing as well as Nintendo and PlayStation, or Sony, I should say, in terms of the consoles wars. But it's an interesting one. It certainly is. But we'll see. I think, especially for indie games, I think it's a massive benefit. I guess for AAA games, maybe not so much. But then again, Game Pass has helped. They have put out the fact that, again, the Oblivion remake, Doom the Dark Ages, and a number of other games that have landed on Game Pass this year that were big hitters have still sold an absolute shit ton on all the other platforms. So Game Pass hasn't affected their sales. So it's a bit of an interesting argument. I'm sure this isn't the last that we've heard about it. We'll probably see more of it. So there you go. Folks, that is it for our show this week. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, Quickman, congratulations for winning the copy of Star Wars Outlaws on Nintendo Switch 2. Big thank you to Ubisoft for sponsoring the show tonight and basically giving us that copy to give away. Thank you. And the link is just there, so please do click on. Big shout out to ArkhamFan, also known as Jake. Thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure, man.
when are you next on? What's your next stream? Because
at some point tomorrow, I need to sort out a schedule to sort of stick to. But I'd be playing some Prince of Persia: Sands of Time and some Arkham Origins as well.
Cool. Awesome. So at some point tomorrow, Arkham normally puts a link in the Discord, so you know when to go live. When he goes live, you can basically click on that and go check it out. So by all means, keep doing that, or click that link and give Arkham a little follow right now. As always, thank you to my co-host that knows the host, Mr. David Jones. Obviously, next week's show, our guest will be another first-time streamer on this show, but a guy who was at the event. Well, not Timeless, but the event at the top that Arkham's got. TS Villa will be our content creator / streamer guest for next week, and he basically kept me hydrated for the whole of that 3-day festival, because bless him, he was managing all the bars on site, so made sure there was plenty of bottles of water for me as I was yapping on about Doom the Dark Ages for 3 days solid. So TS Villa will be on our show next week. Tomorrow night, as I said, I will be streaming Silksong on Twitch and TikTok. So if you want to see what all the fuss is about, will I even consider it to be a 10 out of 10 game? Let's see. I'll be playing that from 8:30 tomorrow. Thank you to all the mods. Thank you to Mr. Johnson. I hope you feel better soon, Mr. Johnson, because I know you are not feeling too good today. Thank you to all the mods over on YouTube and Twitch, and thank you to all the viewers on Twitch and YouTube. Greatly appreciate it. YouTube seems to be working well. That we've put it on there, and that's something we will continue. And eventually, we will get this show out onto TikTok as well. I've just got to change a few little things because it doesn't like the way that we broadcast this. So I've got to make sure that that works. Otherwise, I get slap wrist from TikTok because we're not broadcasting it properly. So I don't want to do that. So I'm going to make sure we're going to get that all up and ready properly before we venture onto TikTok as well. Let's go see who's on tonight, who we can raid. My stream deck is going to do that thing. Oh, no, it's working this time. Oh, but it's done it in all different bloody order. Here we go. I don't know why it does this on it. Right, here we go. Hit that button. Is it going to do it in the correct order now? I think it's working now. Let's have a look. We can. Now, let's see. What are they playing? We haven't raided her in a while. So, Scouse Lass, who was at the Manchester Twitch meets, and there will be some more details about the Manchester Twitch meet next week, by the way, folks. Plus some stuff that we're doing with the To the Moon Expo and format. So we will keep you tuned, keep you in tune with that. Yeah, I guess I can get away with saying that. We are going to go raid Misty Melons. It always makes me think of a porn star when you say that, but she's hilarious. She's playing some Dead by Daylight. So we're going to go raid her, Scouse Lass, and hopefully that is working. YouTubers, I'm afraid that's not going to work for you, but I will put the link in if you want to come over to there. So I'm going to drop that in the YouTube there if you want to go and watch her over on Twitch. And all that leaves for me to say, folks, is wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, a great afternoon, and a great evening. And we shall see you back on this show 9 o'clock next week or tomorrow night for some Hollow Knight Silksong. Thank you so much. We'll do that thing where we awkwardly wave until I press a button. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.